I am like lost in some random neighborhood with some really cool houses. But you know what, guys? I like that. I like getting lost out here with my CVR 1000 double R, because you know what? I can count on my baby to be reliable for me and get me home every time. And listen to that inline 4 through that hyperflow exhaust sounding proper. But you know what, guys? There's 5 types of car drivers out there that you need to avoid at all costs. And I'm going to help give you some tips to stay away from these types of drivers. How to stay away from these drivers to help keep you safe out here on the streets.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. Continue to leave video suggestions, but you may find what you're looking for by visiting my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos. And those are a bunch of playlists with all of my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
Boy, she looking pretty. Look at it in the sun, looking all bright and pretty, high vis. So cars can see me, so I can stay safe out here on the streets. Yeah, I can't get rid of my baby. I love my CBR 1000 double R. But anyways, I'm attaching my tether here to my airbag vest that helps keep me safe out here on the streets. And of course, my Sea Armor jacket here that flows a ton of air for the summer. Lightweight. It's got all the gear there keeping me safe. My my helmet here, ultralight carbon fiber helmet with mirror shield, super lightweight. Links to all my gear is in the description and comment section of my videos. I'll tell you, if you want to stay safe out here on the streets, guys, you have to be a proactive rider. You have to be a defensive-minded rider. Like I tell you, every one of these cars are out to get you. Animals are going to run out at you anytime. Cars are going to pull out in front of you anytime. Cars are going to cross the double yellow. That's what you're seeing all the time. You're expecting that. So when you expect that, you're going to have a better reaction time to react to it. If you're riding around here without a care in the world, man, you're going to have a real effed up day because you ain't going to have the reaction time, man, because you're not looking for it. You know, and I preach the same for driving in your car. I'll tell you guys, since I become a motorcycle rider, I've become a much better car driver. I tell you that. And because I stay sharp, man, always paying attention to these cars. And I will tell you that there's the 5 types of car drivers out there, and I'm sure a lot of you probably already know right off the bat. Number 1, look at here. Woo! Just a little quick blast here, baby. Just a little quick. Don't speed in residential neighborhoods, though. It's not safe. Just a little blast. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Just a little blast. You know what I'm saying? But number 1, drunk drivers. And I will tell you guys, that's the number 1 driver out there that's taking bikers out every day across the world. Drunk drivers. How do you spot them out? How to avoid them? The best thing you can do right off the bat is avoid going during happy hour. Don't ride in the evening. Be careful riding in the evening. Be careful of riding on the weekends, you know, when people are drinking.
Nearly 60% of all motorcycle fatalities occur at night. Not only are more drunks out at night, but also you're least visible.
Stick to hours when people are at work, if you can. You know, ride on if you have a day off during the week, ride early. You know what I'm saying? 10, 11, 12, early in the day when people are at work. There's going to be a less likelihood of drunk drivers out here at that time. Now, there's going to be some drunk drivers out there. You can count on it, but it's going to be less likely. And but also, you need to pay attention to these cars, the characteristics of these cars. A drunk driver, he's going to be probably swerving. You're going to see his head moving around in the car. I mean, you got to pay attention, especially in back of you guys. A lot of people don't pay attention. Where we're most vulnerable is from the back. You need to be looking in your rear view mirror sometimes here and just paying attention to those cars, man. If you see it like swerving, or you see it speeding up and driving erratically, you need to pull over and let that car pass, man. Get away from that car. You know, if you see a car ahead of you swerving, crossing the double yellow or something, you don't look right, pull over to the side, get away. Don't even, because that car can just come careening into you, man. That's why I tell you guys, don't ride next to the double yellow. A lot of you guys think this is the best place. Stay away from this place when cars are coming. Now, when cars aren't coming, this is fine. If you see a car coming, then yeah, get back over here, just right of center, and then when the car passes, get back over here. That's fine. Use all portions of the lane to your advantage. I'm not telling you only stay here, but when cars are coming, stay over here, because you'll have just a hair of a chance to bail out over here or speed up if that car starts to sway over. But generally with drunk drivers, and I know all about drunk drivers, guys. I had an aunt that was a lush, that was a big time drinker. That one time she hit a car, she's dead, rest in peace. I hate to talk about people that died. When she wasn't drinking, she was a beautiful person, man. So I'm not, but when she was drinking, she turned into a horrible person, man. She hit a kid on his bicycle, and luckily the kid was okay. I think he jumped off the bike in time, and the car hit the bicycle, and she dragged the bicycle halfway down the street and then went home. And then when they followed her, the police came to her house, she tried to blame it on her daughter, said her daughter was driving the car, man. I tell you, drunks do some crazy stuff. They say crazy stuff, they lie, everything. So these are the most dangerous car drivers that you will encounter out here on the streets. But number two, which I'm sure a lot of you probably know as well, is texters. And that is common in this smartphone zombie world we live in right now, which I think is ridiculous. You know, I like smartphones, smartwatches, but there's a time and place to use it, and it's not in your car while you're driving. Yes, when you're in a parking lot, not while you're driving out here on the streets, but there's so many people doing it. I see them all the time. And how you avoid these people, pay attention to their head looking down. If you're looking in your rear view mirror and you see their heads looking down, they got one hand on the steering wheel and they got their smartphone sitting up, stay away from them people. Pull over, let them pass. If you're at a stoplight and you see a car next to you and he's on his phone, stay away from that freaking car, man. Don't hang around that stupid fool. Oh, baby. Oh, that inline four, baby. Oh, this is a beautiful bike, man. This is my Tuono, baby. And I'm nice and comfortable. With one hand off, I'm sitting completely upright, baby. On my beautiful CBI 1000 double I. Number three type of horrible driver that we have to avoid is our elderly people, man. You know, no hate on the elderly, but I will tell you guys, some of these elderly people out here drive like fools. There was a kid that got taken out because the elderly person swayed over and hit the poor kid getting mail out of his mailbox, man. Is that sad or what? And she took off, and then she took it to a body shop in another town, like she was back in the 50s or something, where they used to get away with that crap. And of course, these days everything's tracked on the computer. They easily track you down. And she got, you know, they let her off because they said she was so old. They let her off on house arrest. She killed that boy. That's crazy, man. But anyways, that's why God bless you people in Florida, because that's senior citizen heaven out there. And I will tell you, I lived out there, and there's a lot of crazy seniors out there that drive, sway, they can't see at the time, ride off the road. Here in Ohio, some senior ran off into somebody's house, man, and then she left the car and took off. She was creeping down the road, man, and how do you just leave your car? That's stupid. You know they're gonna track you by your license plate, but the seniors, they do stupid stuff, man. See that? Look at that. You gotta stay sharp out here, boy. These cars want to pull out on you, man. know what I'm saying? Expect these cars to pull out on you. Like I say, if you see the car swaying, you see them drifting, if you see them doing sudden stops, because they often, a lot of times, yeah, I have a grandmother that drove until she was 90 years old, and it was absolutely frightening driving with her, because she was at a point where her nerves were bad when she got older, and she used to be a really good driver, but she would stop, like real stop, herky-jerky all the time, man. So you have to stay away from cars you see doing stops like that and swaying. Like I said, pay attention to the characteristics of these cars, man, and it can save your life. And so if you see that, of course, you want to pull off, go on, let them pass, pull on another road, just get away from them, man. And but that brings me to the fourth one. Bad drivers to stay away from are teens. Stay away from these teeny boppers out here, man. You know what I'm saying? They're just driving. They're noobs, just like noobs on a motorcycle. They're gonna make some mistakes. We all made mistakes. I learned the hard way when I was 17. I got in an accident. Luckily, nobody got hurt. But man, my insurance rate skyrocketed for a long time, boy. Yeah, it was really kind of scary, because I went through a yellow light, and the other, I guess it was yellow. They said it was red, but and I hit the front of this car, and it had the guy's wife and his kid in the car, man. Thank God nobody got hurt. But these teens out here, I'm telling you, they don't have the experience. They get in their car, blast the music, rap music and rock and roll or whatever. They get distracted. They're texting out here too. I believe it's against the law for them to have a bunch of kids in the car, but back in the day when I was a kid, they used to load the cars up to where, I mean, people were like laying on each other's lap. Have like 20 people fit in a little sedan, man. We should do crazy stuff like that. You see stuff like that? Bunch of kids, teenagers in the car, driving, racing. They like to drag race and stuff in their cars. You see cars driving erratically and all. Like I tell you, just like with the other types of drivers, pull away, get away from them by any means necessary. That brings me to number 5, are the vanity drivers. These are the drivers out here that's got to look good out here. The guys looking good for the ladies out here combing their hair in the mirror. They're out here, some of them even shaving, man, because they're late to work or something. They shave while they're in the car. Or women are bad at it more than anything. They're out here putting makeup on, eyeliner up in here. These type of drivers are just as dangerous as the rest of them, man, because they're so focused in the mirror on themselves, man, trying to look good out here for the ladies and the fellas. And they're not paying attention to the road half the time. So if you see a car, you see somebody looking up in the rear view mirror, you stay away from those cars, man. If you see you're parked at a stoplight and you see the person next to you busy putting lipstick on up there, primping up in the mirror like a damn fool, right off the bat, stay as far away from them as you can. Because otherwise they're going to set you up for a real effed up date. So really, guys, the takeaway from here is to learn how to spot the characteristics, spot these type of drivers, basically really more or less the characteristics of the car too. Like I said, main thing, you can see them swerving, not staying in a straight lines, like I said, erratic stops. Get the heck away from these cars, guys, and stay safe out there. I want all you guys to stay safe and not have an effed up day. I did a video, top 5 defensive riding skills. Go check that video out. I'll include that link in the description and comment section of the video. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that beautiful Ohio country, baby.
Hit thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.